I just wanted to make a video to kind of explain to you guys why we use Khan Academy and what you can do to help your students kind of navigate through Khan Academy and the purpose that it serves, and just kind of try to answer any general questions and how we can use Khan Academy to help your students. So the first thing I want to explain is that when you first log in, everybody that logs in as a student. And so I am Tom Adams, so this is like a student profile. Although I'm a teacher, I'm also a student. And the first thing I want to point out is where your kids are going to go for remediation. So here we have math listed by subject, and what I really want students to do is master the math in order of the sequence. In other words, I want them to do early math first to 100%, arithmetic, then pre-algebra, then algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, and so on and so forth, depending on their grade level. Our goal is to make sure that they learn 100% mastery of all the skills. So let's talk about that. If I click on early math, what that will do is it will load the early math learning module for Khan Academy. Now, early math is like kindergarten through second grade. However, a lot of the fundamental concepts that we use in, say, even calculus start in early math. That's why it's so critical that we have 100% mastery in early math. Math is sequential, so we want to make sure that kids know all of it from the beginning up to the higher parts. So if you want to decipher what this is my progress chart. And so my mission is early math, which I said was like K through second grade. Kindergarten through second grade. And so what we're looking for is the dark blue. Dark blue are the skills that are mastered. I have 74 skills that I have not yet mastered, and 3 skills that are at level 1, 11 have been practiced. But the way this works is you take a mastery challenge, and then it assigns some learning modules, and you will eventually have all 93 skills mastered or dark blue. So usually each mission will start off with a mastery challenge. A mastery challenge can be a pre-assessment. It can also be like a quiz. It can also be like a chapter test. And so if I click on the mastery challenge, this is like a pre-assessment, and I'm asked to solve this expression 4 minus 3. Well, 4 minus 3 is 1. And so I'm going to hit enter. I got it correct. Now I move on to the next question. 4 minus 2 is 2 because 2 plus 2 equals 4. All right, that's good. There are more food than animals, right? I think so. And then the answer to this is 3. Like I said, this is the first module, so it's very basic. So at the end of this, who fed more sharks? Well, it looks like Sam did. At the end of this, which shape is round in the circle? At the end of this, I should have mastered some concepts. And so at the end of each mastery challenge, what it does is it says I mastered this skill, mastered this skill, mastered this skill, all of these skills here that are in the dark blue. And then I will continue. So now in one mastery challenge, I went up from 9%. I'm going to close this out. I went up from 9% to 16%, or I think originally it was like 5 or 7 skills mastered up to 12 skills mastered. And so you just go through that process. Now, after you take all of your mastery challenges, there's going to be some things that you don't know how to do. So for example, if I wanted to subtract with 10, there's a separate practice module. There are 4 dogs. 2 dogs have collars. How many dogs have no collar? Well, in this case, we would say 4 minus 2, right? And that would equal 2. But let's assume I don't know that. There's a couple of tools that they give me to help me figure that out. I really want you guys to encourage your students to watch these videos. Obviously, this is an elementary level video, but I just want to show this real quick. So we'll hit play. Most videos are only 2 to 3 minutes, at most 5 minutes, and some of the longer, more complicated math problems. But they explain almost verbatim the problem. So let's look at this video real quick. And another thing that I have students do is you could change the speed in which you watch the video. So I'm gonna do double speed, although you don't have to.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blueberries here. So we have 5 blueberries. And we have 1, 2, 3 cherries. 3 cherries. Now, if I wanted to figure out the total number of fruit that I have here, I could say the total number of pieces of fruit. What should I do? Should I add 5 plus 3? So should I add 5 plus 3? Or should I subtract? Should I do 5 minus 3 to get the total number of fruit that I have? And I encourage you to pause the video now and try to think about it on your own. Well, if I want the total number of fruit, I'm starting with 5 blueberries, and now I have 3 more. I'm going to add 3. I'm going to get a larger number of fruit. I start with 5. I'm going to have 3 more. So I'm going to add 3. And so how many blueberries do I have? Well, what's 5 plus 3? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces.
And then what they do is they go through a scenario in which you might want to determine how many more blueberries you have than apples and so on and so forth. And that will give you 2 examples, one with adding and one with subtracting. When you're done watching the video, then you could try and do the work on your own, and if you are successful, you will get the right answer. What I'm noticing is that the students don't like to watch the videos because they think they can just figure it out on their own, which is fine if they get the right answer. Sometimes students guess, but I really want you guys to encourage the students watching the video, and I'll show you how you can double check that in a second. Another thing you could do is you can look at the hints. When I click on this show hint, what it does is it takes you through the problem step by step. Now, some students prefer to read simply because they think it's faster as opposed to watching the video. I'm okay with either one, but really this is a learning module. So if they don't know how to do a problem, they should either watch the video or look at the hints and try to learn the material. Okay? At the end of that, it'll say that I've practiced, and what we do is we level up that particular skill 1 level at a time until we master it, okay? So now you might say to yourself, see, I've already come up a little bit. So now you might say to yourself, well, how do I know if they're making progress, or how can I track their progress? Well, that's easy. What you want to do is to the right, upper right-hand corner, if you click on their name, it'll pull a drop-down menu down, and you can click on the profile. Next on the profile, there's a tab for progress. If you click on that, the progress is pretty cool in the fact that it'll show you everything that your student has learned. You could set the date. For example, if I wanted to learn, if I want to know what I did today, I choose that to today. And if I worked on early math, World of Math is everything, right? So if I come down here to World of Math, that's all the math classes that Khan Academy has to offer. But if I wanted to look at a specific topic like, say, early math, I would click on that. And the other thing, and this is what I always look at, is the Activity tab. Now, the Activity tab is very helpful because it tells me not only the skills that I've worked on, but it also shows me the videos that I've watched. In other words, I watched that video for 1 minute. And if you look at it, I've worked on Khan Academy today for a total of 4 minutes. But now let's say you wanted to see how much work your student has done in the last 30 days. So simply go over here to the last 30 days and it'll show a bunch of information. Obviously, I haven't done any work in the last 30 days. I very rarely use this account. I only use it at the beginning of the year to show kids how to use Khan Academy, and then at the end of the year. But if I expand, I can also see for all time, and you can see where I've worked for 20 minutes on this day explaining how to do it. So this is probably closer to the beginning of the year, February. So this is like the beginning of the year, September 9th. And then in October, I probably showed the kids something. And then in February, I showed the kids some things. November and December of last year, and then again in February and January. So usually I try to go through and show the kids a couple times a year how to navigate through things. When we go back to progress, activity is one thing that we can look at. We can also look at the videos. This will tell me exactly which videos I've watched, the date that I watched them, and how long I watched the videos for. The key is the videos because that's basically the instruction. That's the direct instruction. We have a teacher, Sal Khan, who's actually teaching the students how to do the math. If they don't learn how to do the math, then, well, it's going to be challenging for them to actually do the work. So they have to watch the videos. That's the first step. Also, there's this thing called focus. I like this because it shows me almost exactly what the kids are working on, when they're working on them, and how successful they are. So if I look at this skill that says interpreting linear expressions, it shows that I worked on that for a total of 9 minutes. I did 3 total problems. 2 of them I did correctly without a hint. And so as you click through there, when you click on that, it will show you exactly what you did. So for this particular skill, which is square roots, I got the first problem wrong. Then I got the second problem correct. Now I did it in a matter of seconds. So I took 6 seconds, got the problem wrong. Took 6 seconds, got the problem right. Took 1 second, got the problem wrong. Took 5 minutes, got the problem right, but I also watched a video. That's why there's a little camera up here at the top. Then I took 5 seconds and got this question right. Took 5 seconds and got this question right. Took me 4 seconds to get this one right. Obviously, I can go pretty quick. I'm a math teacher. But the students will have a little bit more. They might have 10, 20 seconds. But I had a streak of getting 12 problems in a row correct, which is good. And that translates as 100% correct because usually your mastery challenges are based on getting 4 or 5 in a row correct. And so that's how you can check the student's progress. And then also, you can also add additional coaches. So here's the last thing I wanted to show you. Your children can actually add you in there, or you can make them add you, and you can check their progress like I check their progress by having them click on coaches. And then when you click on coaches, it says add your parent. You simply have your student from their Khan Academy account enter in your email. You will receive an email from Khan Academy, and then once you sign up for Khan Academy, then you can actually see your child's activity. You can generate a report that gets sent right to your email every day. And that's basically it. I hope this helps. Remember, we want to make sure that the kids, our goal is to teach the kids all the math. So what I really would like for my students is when I go through here and I click on Algebra 1, that we're pretty close to 100% mastery. That when we click on pre-algebra, that we're pretty close to 100% mastery. When we click on high school geometry, that we're pretty close to 100% mastery. Algebra 2, close to 100% mastery, because that's going to help them with their standardized test scores, with their college placement exams in math, and it will help them in general. Okay, thanks.